Yo! What's good? What's good, everybody? How y'all feeling this morning? Tell you how I feel. Not good. Not good. Now you know why the name of the channel was Lawrence Tears, right? After the game last night, now you know. Now you know. Right? Spree the Knicks, what's good? Danny Landis is in the building. IQJ, what's good? What's good? Now y'all know, man. You know what I mean? Now y'all know why the name of the channel is Lawrence Tears. You know what I'm saying? Who doesn't hate losing to the Miami Heat? Who doesn't, man? I mean, I don't care. I'm frustrated. Man, I'm frustrated, man. And to be honest with you, I really can't get over this loss. I can't, man. Big Task at Hand was good. Jose Perez was good. I'm frustrated, man. Right? Because I feel like the refs gave I think the free throw discrepancy was like 50 free throws for the Heat to 10 free throws for the Knicks or something like that. Oh, that's the way, at least that's the way it felt. Right? That's the way it felt, man. And I also feel like Tom Thibodeau is weeding out the rookies. MIG Mig, what's good? Anthony 212, what's good? Christoph, what's good? I feel like Tom Thibodeau is weeding out the rookies and finding an excuse to play random vets. I feel like Thibodeau is weeding out the rookies and finding an excuse to play the vets. And yesterday, I don't care what y'all say. You can say what you want to say about Mitch. Mitch is not it. Y'all talking about, oh man, our defensive ranking with Mitch Robinson and blah, blah, blah. Man, okay. All right. I don't care nothing about that. Mitch is terrible. Big 7-foot dude missing 2-foot putbacks. Roll Brown was good. They'll be telling me about Mitch. Mitch is getting better. Mitch didn't foul out. Maybe I need Mitch to start fouling out. Maybe I need Mitch to start fouling out, man. This thing with Mitch is ridiculous. I think he finished the game with like 5 points and 10 rebounds or something. I ain't sure. But what I am sure of, this Mitch thing is frustrating me. Right? And listen, I know it takes big men longer to develop. I know this. Vesius Thomas was good. So I know that it takes big men longer to develop. I'm just frustrated, man. So that's a bunch of stuff I said, man. I said, I hate losing to the Heat. Every one Heat loss feels like a 5-game losing streak to me. Every one Heat loss feels like a 5-game losing streak to me. Right? Big Cascade Head says, but he's the reason why we are winning a lot of games. His defense is impeccable. Really? Really? Did he grab a bunch of rebounds? How many rebounds did he have last night? What did he grab? 10 or 12 rebounds last night? Excuse me. I can deal with not having points if you're grabbing rebounds. I'm looking at I'm looking for the box score right now. So Mitchell Robinson had 7 rebounds and 2. No, this can't be right. 2.7 rebounds? That can't be right. That can't be right, because if that's right, Mitchell Robinson is not a starter. 0.5 was good. Keyshawn was good. Right. Yep. I'm right. Man, look. I'm not good. I know there's a lot of Knicks content creators out there, and they're gonna say certain things or whatever. His defensive rating on such and such. Yeah. ESPN ESPN, that was so random. Mitch does his plus minus, and man, I don't care. I don't care. Don't be trying to sell me on Mitchell Robinson. Right? Don't try to sell me on Mitchell Robinson, man. When you 7 foot tall and you play 30 minutes, can you please give me double-digit rebounds? If you're not going to score, what else are you going to do? I'm sorry for the yawns, y'all. I'm sorry for the yawns. Our future gaming was good. Andre Bryant was good. Was good. Really, man? 2 points? 2 points. 2 points for a man that played 30 minutes. No, I don't want to hear. Don't come talking to me about, well, his defense. You know, his defense is special. We'll see. We'll see. His defense is so special that it doesn't impact winning. Right? His defense is so special that it doesn't impact winning. So I'm sorry, y'all. Mitch didn't play 30 minutes. He played 29 minutes, to be fair. So we get swept by the Miami Heat. Hey, Kurt was good. Kurt was like, it was a problem when I said this to you guys weeks ago. I guess you get it now. Mitchell ain't that. Yeah. Kurt was in the video chat. Kurt said that in the video chat. He sure did. He came in sounding just like PJ Carlissimo, and he said that. And we had a problem with it. And now what he said is actually shown to be correct. Or at least in this moment, it looks like it's correct. I'm frustrated, man. Don't be Thibodeau. I'm frustrated, man. Y'all know my stance, and I ain't gonna get all preachy, but y'all know my stance, man. Y'all know my stance. My stance is I'm double parked. I want to win right now. Right? And I can identify with those that say, this roster ain't it. We may as well play the kids. I can identify, I can understand that, right? But I don't agree because I want to win. I don't want to sacrifice W's for perceived development. I don't want to sacrifice W's for perceived development, right? But we're losing. But we're losing. Okay? So Kurt again says the rest were the difference last night with the free throw disparity, 39 attempts for Miami, 16 for the Knicks. Yep, it felt like 50-10 to me. It felt like 50-10. It felt like the fix was on. Ben Keyshawn said, Ben saying, let's trade Mitch for Miles Turner. Andre Bryan says, Mitch would be perfect for the Nets. They can run a fall offensive players lineup to cover Mitch. Low offensive skills. Sorry, God, hey, man, the yawns are no joke, man. You watch one person yawn and it's like you're trapped. Jose Perez says, Derrick Rose is the fastest guy we have, and he's 45 years old. That's all I have to say. Hopefully that is not all you have to say, Jose Perez. Hopefully not. Your point is duly noted, though. Decius Thomas says, I do believe EP will get better by having Rose here. EP lack of pass and finishing at the rim. Two areas Rose can help. I'm just frustrated. Let me go ahead and do this before we get too deep in.
I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal for how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speak in the God.
Yeah, man. So I know I'm not the only one frustrated by the loss of the Miami Heat. I know this. And I don't want to come on here getting all preachy. Right? But listen. There were some things that happened last night in that game that are inexcusable. Did the referees clearly have an agenda? Is inexcusable. Harris Douglas says, so I hope we're going to kill our team who was playing 5-on-6 refs. Adebayo had no fouls. No, get out of here. Bam Adebayo had fouls. Because there is no way the Miami Heat go to the free throw line 50 times and Bam Adebayo doesn't get a foul. There is no way. I'm going to double check that right now. I don't remember exactly. Yeah, I was watching the game. And Stephen Fox and I were talking about some stuff. I was watching the game. So I may have missed some stuff specifically. But, man, let me check to make sure. Because Bam Adebayo, a center, has to have drawn at least – nope. You right. And see, that's that mess I be talking – that's the stuff I'm talking about, Knicks fans. That's the reason why the name of this channel is Lawrence Tears. You know why? The deck is always stacked against us. Why is the deck always stacked against the Knicks? Right? That's the reason why the pain and the suffering of the Knicks has its own channel. The pain and the suffering of the Knicks has its own channel called Lawrence Tears, right? Because we go through this mess, man. It's frustrating. And don't be telling me to calm down on some mess and when I saw the same thing with your own eyes. You see Tom Thibodeau weeding out the kids to play veterans. You see the referees stealing victories from us. That's 2 this season, if you count Portland. I mean, this is crazy. This is crazy, man. Can we get a break somewhere? Sometime. Can I get a break as a Knicks fan? Can I get some joy at some point? Because this love is a one-way street. I'm getting nothing back from the Knicks. This love is a one-way street. You give the Knicks everything you have, and trust me, you do. The Knicks have, man, listen. The Knicks have, one time I counted, the Knicks have like 14 different YouTube content creators dedicated to covering the Knicks. Some of them are sharp, and some of them ain't. It is what it is. But they dedicate their time to the cause, right? But the Knicks offer nothing in return. The Knicks offer nothing in return, right? We don't have a star that we can at least root for. Bodega Wi-Fi is in the building. What's good, brethren? Can you at least the Knicks offer us something in return? How about the cheapest thing? Hey, Drip More was good. Drip More. Knicks, how about offer us something in return? The cheapest thing you can offer us is the thing you should be offering us all the time anyway. And that's hope. That's hope. But now I feel like this hamster wheel that we run on for the sake of the Knicks is just endless. It's an endless cycle of calamity. And I'm frustrated, man. I'm frustrated because I don't know why Tom Thibodeau is cutting RJ's minutes after my man was averaging 20 points a game. My man was averaging 20 points a game over a 7-game stretch. And the Knicks were winning. All of a sudden, Tom Thibodeau, RJ Barrett's not good enough, and the Knicks are losing. RJ Barrett was averaging 20 points a game over a 7-game stretch, and the Knicks were winning. Right? I think the Knicks were like 4-3 or something weird. Don't quote me on it, but it's something similar. It's something to that effect, right? Guzman! What's good? Lily Phillips was good. Right? All of a sudden, RJ Barrett's not good enough. You have to cut RJ's minutes. RJ went from playing almost leading the league in minutes to, what did he play last night? 27 minutes. Our rookie, Obi Toppin, scored 4 points last night. I'm frustrated, man. I'm frustrated. Tom Thibodeau. Paris Ducker says he benched RJ Barrett for not giving up the ball on 2 fast breaks for a bit. Hey, man. how did that impact the game? Did we win? Did RJ Barrett learn a lesson? Did we win the game? The lesson is you kill a kid's confidence and he takes the last shot of the game and misses. The lesson learned there is that you kill a young player's confidence and you wind up losing the game anyway. Thank you, Tom Thibodeau. Thank you. I appreciate you for this mule kick in the groin last night. Tone Wu was good. Stephen Fox was good. I'm frustrated with Tom Thibodeau, man. I'm frustrated with this process. I'm frustrated with this roster, the way it's constructed. I'm frustrated with these rotations. All of it just makes me sick, man. I get on this show and I tell the tankers, every day you wake up, you should be focused on winning. I say that every day. Every day I get on this show and I say, no, tankers, don't just play the you. You play the game to win. Every day you wake up, every day you come to work, you should be focused on winning. And then you see Tom Thibodeau weeding out the kids to play veterans and they lose. Cornerstone Kev, what's good?
Hey, good morning, man. How you feeling, man?
Hey, and look at you see the smile on my face? I'm forcing it, trust me.
You're forcing
Trust me, because it's not coming natural this morning.
I hear you. In all honesty.
I'm forcing it, by the way.
You're forcing it.
I'm so frustrated, man.
But I'm more frustrated with the officials. You do realize that was taken out of our. This is the second time that the game's been taken out of our hands. You do realize that, right?
Yes.
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 And I'll give you two plays. The one play when Abile was holding Randall, and they went to the replay, and they still called the foul on
when it was clear as day. When it was clear as day.
I'm like, what the heck? And then when Mitch
that's not the first time that happened to us, though. Remember Portland?
I know, yeah. And then when Mitch got the technical, before it, the reason why he got the technical, because the ball was clearly off of Abile's off his foot.
Right. Right. And Bam Adebayo played center, right?
Yes.
Defended our best player and left the game with 0 fouls.
0 fouls? How does that happen?
The fix is in, NBA.
It is. I mean, there were moments in the game where you're shaking your head, with our players and everything. I could bring that to Tibbs. I could bring that to a lot of the players. I mean, even though we hung with them, but still to have the game taken away from you like that by the officials, that's just that's pitiful. And I know no one wants to get fined or anything, but they want to say that,
right?
For criticizing the refs.
I criticize them. Come find me, NBA. Find me. Y'all such and such as. I want to say the word. But it's kind of early.
I know. But I'll tell you this much, Freeze. I'll tell you this much. Our bench is going to be potent. Now that you've replaced one variable with another one, and Rose. What's up, Tomu?
Top of the morning.
Yeah.
Hey,
Rose, man, anybody complaining about us trading this Rose coming here, they need their head examined. Hey, what's up, Nice? Oh, man.
What's up, man?
I got you in the daytime.
Yeah, look, Tone Wu and Nice. I thought y'all be sleeping right now.
Yeah,
I thought y'all be sleeping
hey, Nice,
right now.
what time is it over there, man? What time is it?
It's 7 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
Speaking about you, Uncle Freezy, that we haven't heard from you for the last Tuesday or something every morning.
Right.
But no
Hey,
lie.
It's all. I almost had to put my hands on somebody. I'm too old for that. Right. I'm too old for that. Right. So I'm reasonable. I'm reasonable, but don't be trying to destroy other people's property. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? I understand you frustrated. I understand you mad. Right. I understand you mad. Right. I dig it. I'm a little peeved right now. Right. About last night's game. About a center playing in the trenches and get 0 fouls.
0 fouls. Zero.
But let me check out how many free throw attempts he had. Because if he had more than 5, I'm gonna really be heated.
But it's like Corner said. It's like Cornerstone said. It doesn't seem like they helping. Those officials is not helping at all.
Oh my God.
That's joking with
Corner. The funny thing is that you just mentioned something very true. That bench is looking dangerous. Like I started looking at the bench points, and it's 48. And if you start, let's say, taking into account the minutes that they played versus the starters, you'd be like, whoa, if they played the same amount of minutes that the starter was playing and stuff, it would have even looked even more dangerous. Yeah. So it's one of those, we wasn't expecting much for this season. It might end up this way. It might end up even being even better, but it is what it is. It does seem like we are heading in the right path. That's a good thing.
But nice. He just came off the plane. Didn't know if he was going to play or not. Nobody knew because they were still waiting for the DSJ physical and everything. Once that came down, Tibbs was like, "Yeah, we getting you in here now. We getting you in here now."
So why he ain't close with him? So why he ain't close with him, Kev? Why he ain't close with him?
I'm asking that too, Tone. I'm asking that as well. The reason was he said that, and I'm probably paraphrasing because I don't remember the whole thing, but he wants him to get comfortable with the plays. I know, Tone. I know, Tone. I know.
Hey, Tony Wu. Let me just say this. It might be a tough pill to swallow, but remember, we got Derrick Rose only on Trey's for kicks. It wasn't even that important. Like what we traded? We traded a second round and DSJ. So I'm just saying.
For a reason.
Let me finish explaining. Look the path. If you start looking at a lot of people that started criticizing Kyrie Irving of the way, let's say he wasn't even showing up or whatever, you don't know how things is playing out, because at the end, look what happened. They ended up signing Harden, and then Kyrie Irving came in. Everything could be a theoretical. I don't know how to even say that word, but everything could be a theater. Yeah, everything just could be theater. Make it seem like, oh, we're not even doing that good. So whenever they hear a great player about to join, the NBA is not even going to say nothing, because they're going to be looking at the Knicks like, well, they ain't winning too much. But if you start looking at the pieces that they added, it's becoming dangerous. It's becoming dangerous. Like
I feel like nobody giving Noel his flowers. My boy Noel been solid.
No, he played good. He played real solid. He played real solid. But and the thing, go ahead, Freeze.
I'm here to tell you, man, that I believe Taj Gibson getting minutes at center last night would have won us that game, right? And here's why. So Taj is not the athlete he used to be, right? He's not, but he makes up for it with a treasure trove of experience. Right. And then in that experience, it's not just what looks in offense is going to give you. You're like, oh yeah, I remember that play. They like to run that play. Is Spoelstra still running that play? Okay, I remember that play from 7 years ago. Right. It's not just that, right? It's other stuff. Like when the trap comes, the center goes from the box to the elbow because the guard is further away from the basket, right?
Right.
So what that does is the center coming from the box to the elbow gives the trapped guard 2 outlets, right? Mm-hmm. One at the top of the key or at the opposite wing, and one at the elbow. So he can pass there. But you kick it to Taj. Taj then makes a decision. Do I shoot? Do I kick it to the corner for 3? Or do I pass it to the first outlet the guard saw for 3? Right? Mm-hmm. With Mitch, you know what you get? A center still stuck on the box. Your guard is trapped.
You're totally right. You're totally right.
Your guard is.
And the reason why I say that is because how many times did we try to make a shot? A shot goes up, and then Miami gets the rebound. Where you're saying to yourself, that's supposed to be Mitch's rebound.
Yeah.
That is supposed to be Mitch's rebound, and we're going back the other way. I'm like, come on. If Taj is in there, if Taj is in there, he's going to fight like hell to get that rebound and make something happen. So you're totally right.
And you know what? You know what happens in that scenario that I mentioned, right? It takes Miami out of that trap because all they need to do is see it 1 or 2 times.
Yes.
And they know that the Knicks can. Yeah, the Knicks can beat that trap with a wide open 3-point shot. And you know what the killer is to a trap? Wide open 3-point shots.
Yep.
Wide open 3-point shot is the killer. You learned that as far back as elementary school. When teams trap, run to the vacated 3-point spots. You don't even need a layup. You want to shoot them out of the trap.
And
you know what I'm saying? And the reason why you take 3-pointers there is because their defense is spread so thin around the court that if you shoot the 3 and miss, both sides have an equal chance at getting a rebound.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so you know what else kills? You know what kills a scrambling defense? Offensive rebounds. Remember the Toronto game? Toronto's offense looked terrible against us.
Yes.
We had a number, but you know what? We couldn't grab offensive rebounds, and that led to them having wide open 3-point shooters.
Correct.
So the whole thing with Mitch out on the floor, not having a high enough basketball IQ is that situations like that leads to us being susceptible to the trap working. You know what I mean?
We need a lot more out of Mitch, man. We need more. And Parrish Douglas says Mitch got 3 steals and a legit block. That's fine, Parrish. But what about him in the paint? Yes, exactly.
I'm ready to package Mitch, to be honest with y'all, man. I'm ready to package that boy.
Not yet, Tony Wu.
Out of here.
Not yet, but
but think about it this way. Yesterday, we saw a lot of double team on Julius Randle, and pretty much nobody's talking about Quickley and RJ. At the same time, I want to see them getting all the minutes in the world, but at the same time, we also need to consider that if they continue playing the game that they was playing last night, it might be one of those games that it needs to come from you, like out of you, just to pass the ball. It's not your night. It's either not your night or just sit down and just wait until whatever you is going on with you. Because I have so much high expectation from Quickley and RJ, but there is night that not even LeBron that is LeBron is his night. What does he do? He just started passing and just let the hot end do his thing.
And that's what what's name is doing with Miami. That's what Butler's doing with Miami. He's getting everyone involved. Everyone involved. Here's the thing about Tibbs. Tibbs wants to win.
Yeah.
We're in the middle of a playoff.
No, Kev. No. I want to win.
I think we all want to win.
Okay. All right. So let me rephrase that.
Thibodeau wants to win his way, and there's a difference. You know, Thibodeau wants to win his way, right? So he's gonna do things his way, and hopes to win. There are too many adjustments that can be made for Tibbs, and he doesn't do it in game.
All right, all right. The one adjustment I will say, and I want you to name the other ones that you're talking about. The one adjustment I'll say is that Rose has to play the end of the game. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Rose has to play the end of the game.
And quickly.
He has to play and quickly. And quickly. Yeah, but see, here's the thing and it's such an enigma with Bullock. You see Bullock provide great defense.
Yeah.
You know, and hit that occasional 3, but it's not consistent. at least with these guys, with Quickley and RJ, they'll try and give you that consistency. They will try to to give you that. You expect it out of Bullock, but you don't see it.
He's a one-dimensional player, Kev. That's all.
Yeah, he is. He is, unfortunately.
But Kev, you missed what I said earlier, and I'm not saying that I'm right or that I'm always right. But what I'm saying is Tibbs is weeding out the young players.
Yeah,
he's finding an excuse to play Reggie Bullock more minutes. So Reggie Bullock against Miami had 6 3-pointers in the first half on Sunday morning. Remember the Sunday game?
Yeah.
Right, 6 3-pointers in the first half. Right.
What did he have yesterday?
How many did he have in the second half of that game?
One. Yeah,
I remember him scoring like 6 points, 4 or 5 points.
Last night I don't. You know what, Tone? He wasn't as open as he was in the first game.
They had his number last night.
Yeah, he wasn't as open as well. But what I did like is that he stayed with either Hero or Robinson.
Yeah,
that's the one thing. That's the one adjustment that they did, and what we talked about earlier that we wanted to see. RJ on Butler. Well, I gotta say he did a somewhat job. These referees were ridiculous, but we'll get to that in a minute. But Bullock did stay with Robinson and Hero and everything. Now that last play, because that's pretty much the last play was pretty much what happened on Sunday with Hero hitting that.
I'm not mad at him. I'm not mad at him for missing that shot, though. I swear to God, I'm not mad at him.
No, not RJ. I'm talking about Hero. I'm talking about Hero hitting that hit the last one, on us.
Oh,
I think,
that dagger.
Right.
Goes the game.
Yeah.
And so, none of y'all notice when Derrick goes on that floor, we look like a whole different team.
Right.
But
Right.
But Uncle Freezy, could we actually say the same thing? That because it seems like, I don't know if we're trying to blame Tom Thibodeau, but can we also blame the actual players in the way that they conduct themselves? Because if you start, let me finish it. Let me finish explaining. You have 3 players, 3 key players. You have Julius Randle, RJ Barrett, and let's throw in there Elfrid Payton. He's not a true point guard. We could say that or whatever, but what he pulled last night. He pulled better numbers than RJ and Julius. Where I'm coming from, let me just finish saying this, Tony.
Okay.
Where I'm coming from is that this team, they don't have that chemistry. There's night that they show it, and there's night that they do not show it. You need to have a trust system that, hey, I know that I might be the Derrick Rose in the team, but I don't care. If you have a better shot, I'm gonna pass it to you. We seen it night over night. Last night it was a game that it was a key play. RJ Barrett has that run. He has 2 players right next to him.
I know he's talking about right.
And instead of him passing, it's like
into the forced it. That's all.
It's like Tom Thibodeau.
Yeah, I spoke about that too. Yeah, you got to pass.
Tom Thibodeau, he's only the coach. He's not telling you what to do once you're in a fast break. You need to take that determination on yourself if you're going to end up passing it or you're going to keep on forcing it. So I don't care if maybe they playing a good defense between all 5 and you force it. It's cool. But if you have another player that is open and he missed, I'll live with that than having somebody not open and you trying to take the shot like, oh, you know something, I don't have another player open, because you clearly do.
You're talking about on the break. You're talking about on the break when RJ was going. Okay.
Yeah. And so here's the thing I say to that, and so this is the stat segment where it's story time with Uncle Freezy, right? so this river is raging, right? This river is raging. It's super high. It had been raining for like 3 weeks or whatever, and the snake is like on the bank, just going back and forth. Like, man, all I want to do is get to the other side. I just want to get to the other side. And the eagle comes by, and the eagle is like, snake, what are you doing? And the snake is like, man, I'm trying to cross the river. And the snake was like, well, how come nobody tried to help you go across the river? And the snake is like, man, they say I be trying to bite people. They ain't trying to help me get across, right? And so the snake leaves the eagle, and he keep trying to find a way, but there's no way across because it's been flooding and the river is raging. And the snake is like, man, if I don't get across this thing, I'm gonna die. So the eagle is like, sorry, dog, you just gonna have to find you a way. You're gonna have to build you a raft or something. And the snake is like, dog, how am I build a raft? I don't have hands. Right? And so the eagle laughed. Right? And so the eagle come back later that afternoon, the snake is still doing the same thing, right? You know what I'm saying? The eagle is like, nobody tried to help you cross. He was like, yo, I told you, man, people don't trust me. They be saying I be trying to bite people, kind of mess. I just want to get to the other side and enjoy what's on the other side like everybody else. So the eagle is like, oh boy. All right, I help you across. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. So the snake climbs aboard the eagle, and they flying high, they soaring. And the snake is like, wow, this is your life, bro. You can see everything from up here. It's beautiful up here, right? And then he bites the snake. They crash into the river, right? And so the eagle is at the bottom of the riverbed with the snake, and the snake is drowning. Like, oh, and the eagle is like, "Effa, you bit me," and he was like, "Yeah, I'm a snake. What else you thought I was gonna do?" And then both of them die, right? And so this is the thing with R.J. Barrett, right? This is the thing with R.J. Barrett. R.J. Barrett is a certain type player. I tell that story to say this. R.J. Barrett is a certain type player. Hell, Tom Thibodeau is a certain type coach. Neither are likely to change anytime soon, right? Neither are likely to change anytime soon. So to ask R.J. Barrett to pass up a shot on a fast break is like asking that snake that was soaring real high and that could have made it to the other side of the river, not to bite that eagle when they were so high up in the air. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you.
Good point.
I'm telling you, dog. I'm telling you.
So you're saying he's not going to pass it no matter what?
I'm telling you, his nature is to shoot the ball.
Yep, especially on a fast break. Yeah, I agree.
That's what. That's his nature. When have you seen him be any different? Like think about this. When has R.J. Barrett had 10 assists in the game since you've been watching R.J. Barrett as a Knick?
I haven't.
And he's a guard now. He's a guard. When has he had 10 assists?
I think he had 7 was his most. 7 was his most.
7 was the most? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's hard to get cats to change their nature. Is what I'm saying. I mean, because think about it.
But still, I won't say common sense, but basketball sense. If you realize, if you realize that you have, number one, you can't be selfish, and number two, you got to realize where the better shot is going to come from. You may not have the better shot. So, and if you think you do, in this instance right here, then probably you just had tunnel vision and was just going to go to the basket altogether.
Wait a minute. Mm-hmm. So you're saying R.J. Barrett does not have tunnel vision?
Does not? I don't think he does.
On a fast break, he do. I'm sorry.
Hey, what's up, G.I.?
Hey, y'all better. Hey, I'm gonna let y'all go. I wanna get involved, but y'all better be happy, man. Look back 12 months where we was 12 months ago, man. Y'all better hold your head up.
No. I'm happy. Don't involve me in there.
Handed out L's this morning for anybody talking about, yo, this is a great place for Knicks fans. Come on, y'all.
No, I'm with you, player.
Look at Breezy face. Breezy face, like I'm trying to tell y'all.
Hey, G.I., those refs stole the game from us, man.
Go ahead.
No. I'm just saying they stole the game from us.
Breezy's gonna say something.
So y'all remember that cartoon back in the day? I don't know how old y'all are, but there used to be a cartoon.
I'm 50 years old. Come on.
Yes. Welcome to the club. So there used to be a cartoon named Winnie the Pooh, right?
Yeah.
And so there was this tiger named Tigger, When he was happy, he used to bounce off his tail.
Absolutely.
And Winnie the Pooh used to do a goofy laugh when he got honey. And then there was a donkey. And he used to be like, I'm happy. You know what I'm saying? Right. You know what I'm saying?
So, we're supposed to be happy like this. This is happy.
I have a question for everybody. Do you think it will be better off pushing Julius Randle to start with that group with the bench that we have instead of having him with the starters? Say that again. Do you think it will be more proficient and more smarter to have Julius Randle with the bench instead of having them with the starter? And I will say my case. I will say my case why.
Yeah, but the thing about it,
let him say his case. Yeah, let him say his case.
Stay in case. Okay.
Everything is becoming a pattern. I don't know if you realize Tony Wu and Cornerstone. I had this conversation. Let's say at the beginning with Man Show.
Okay.
And I told them it was like 1 or 2 games that they was doubling Randle, and he wasn't playing his game, but it was because nobody was stepping up. The only one that was stepping up, it was the bench. We don't have enough shooters as the starter. And I want to see Julius Randle, let's say he's starting. I would love to see that. But at the same time, when you don't have players around him doing something and he's the one double team, haven't you noticed, GI, that when Julius Randle is not playing at his best, the team always lose?
No, I agree. We need the best out of Julius. But talking about taking a 22-10 guy, 22-10-7, and saying, all right, it don't work, put you on the bench, that's just a concept. You would have to sell that to me. I've just never heard of that concept.
GI, you could have the same thing that I was saying with Quickley. There was a conversation between Quickley and Payne. And I started saying, well, Quickley doesn't need to start. If Quickley actually ends up coming off the bench, but get more minutes than the actual starters, is a win-win scenario. It doesn't matter who starts or who finish. I mean, or who's in the bench. The only thing that matters to me is who finished. If you are so productive, to me, this is all it. If you have everything on your favor, and you have like an Emmanuel Quickley, if you have Julius Randle, and you have D Rose, it's so hard to have 2 people trying to double up on Julius Randle. Now, if you doubling up, so
your argument is more. I hate to cut you off because I understand it, but your argument is more that D Rose, Quickley, and Randle should be closing games.
Yeah.
Whether they start or not, I hear you. Now I hear that argument, but Randle has earned the right to play as many minutes as he wants to. Quickley hasn't. So I don't argue with Quickley coming off the bench and getting more minutes. But Randle deserves to play where he wants to, how he wants to, whenever he wants to.
GI, let me make it even more clear. Randle does not have that second person or a third person in the starting, at least backing him up. Whenever RJ do show up, he shows up. But it's not all the time. That's why I keep on saying, hey, I would love to see RJ and I would love to see Quickley getting the most minute. But whenever there's nights like the one that we had last night, it's not their game. It's one of those things that, hey, you need to start messing around with what you have, because I know that they have the potential to get there. But whenever it's like it's too early and you can already see that it's not going to be their night, start making those adjustments real quick, because if we do, at least we get closer to get that W.
Yeah,
now that's a different argument. Mm-hmm. Go ahead, John Will. Let me real quick.
Yeah.
That's a different argument. Whether Tibbs should be making more adjustments, now I think that's what we're going to be talking about for some years to come. But that's a different discussion than saying start Julius Randle on the bench versus certain teams. That's a different discussion. I do agree Tibbs should make more adjustments, but Tibbs is stubborn. Go ahead, Tone. I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying, Mike was saying or whatever.
Oh, now, sorry for that.
And so let me jump in and speak to the point that Nice made. I think it's a bridge too far for me. Right? Hey, good morning, Mo. What's happening?
Good morning, man.
So that's a bridge too far for me. right? I think what we probably should look at doing to balance the floor is start somebody else at center over Mitch. Right?
Thank you.
Say start Taj Gibson, bring Mitch off, and him and Nerlens Noel get the same minutes, right? So what that does is it balances the floor. Not like I don't know if y'all know this.
Like that.
I don't care.
He don't like that.
I don't. You know why? And so
be prepared for the tweets and the Instagrams to come out.
Well, he should be tweeting right now. He should be tweeting right now. So the reason, and so here is my side or here is my counter to what Nice said.
Mm-hmm.
When you add Taj Gibson, guess what you add at the 5 position? Shooting. The threat of a 3-point shot. He made one Sunday.
Sir. I remember that.
Right?
Yes, sir.
He made one Sunday. You were like, wow. Is that what offense from a center looks like? I don't know because I hadn't seen it in so long. You know what I'm saying? And with that, and so also what that does is it creates driving lanes for young Rowan Barrett Jr. RJ could drive to the basket without a big man being there. That is a novel idea. And you know what that also does? It also lets RJ share the scoring load with Julius Randle. So at the end of games, Julius Randle doesn't look spent. Right? Y'all see it. At the end of halfway through the fourth quarter of every game, Julius Randle looked like he just ran a marathon. Right? And it's not Julius Randle's fault because he's giving you everything he's got offensively. Right? But at the same time, man, late in the fourth quarter, when you can't depend on Randle because he's spent, that's a coaching issue. Right? You putting 3 dudes on the floor, Elfrid Payton, Reggie Bullock, and Mitchell Robinson on the floor for defense, right?
But you heard that super chat, Breezy?
Yeah, I'm about to get to it. I just want to finish up real quick.
Yeah, sorry for that.
So the thing is with Randle and RJ sharing the scoring load, now you have a more vibrant Randle. Now his scoring may go up. He may be more efficient. Because what y'all don't speak to often, and I watch all the shows, right? I watch Ron, I watch Legion, I watch Nothing But Knicks, I watch Knicks Fan TV, I watch Terry and Trey, I watch a lot of people, right? Yeah. What people don't speak to is when RJ is proficient, Julius is proficient.
No.
Right. So okay. No. All right, go ahead.
IG, how you gonna say yes? It's not all the time player. We had nights. We have let's say a couple nights that if RJ's not proficient, IQ be showing up. There was even at the beginning of let's say the first 2 weeks that River, he was the one that pulled up after like it was between River and Julius Randle. Julius Randle is the only one in our team that is very consistent. We see,
but that's what he said though. But Tom, what he said was. When RJ shows up,
that's nice. That's nice.
That's nice. What
he said was when RJ shows up, Julius is more efficient. That's a fact.
No, because I'm actually responding. Listen what I'm saying, IG. Julius Randle is the only one that we have that have consistently be pulling up numbers. Now it seems like it's becoming a pattern because a lot of teams is witnessing that if you double up on Julius Randle and you stop his game, the whole team collapse. I'm seeing it, and I already said it. Let's say at the beginning, I'm seeing something that if Julius Randle is double team and he's not in his A game, I'm telling you, there's no other player. I hope that we see her on Derrick Rose right now, but right now we don't have somebody to say, you know something. Julius, they double teaming on you. Pass me the ball, and I will make it.
But
Julius,
nice.
Who do you want? Who do you want to score? Who do you want to score? Elfrid Payton?
No.
And nice. Respectfully. Everything you said, they've been doubling Julius Randle since the 3rd game of the season. So what you're saying then is RJ. They've been doubling and tripling Julius Randle since the 3rd game of the season. Nice.
They've been doubling him since last year.
And
when you had
hold on, Nice, you gotta let me because you made your statement. You made it holistically. So I just want to respond to that, then we can have good dialogue. So what you're saying is that RJ has never gotten up, and that's not true. He had 5 games in a row where he went for 20 plus points. If he does that, Julius Randle still gets his 20, but he gets it efficiently. He doesn't have to force. And then the next day, we're not talking about RJ. We're talking about, oh my goodness, look how good Julius is. We don't talk about RJ. We say when somebody else scores, we like, look at Julius's numbers. He was like 8 for 14, 20 points, 10 boards, 10 assists. The other players make Randle better when they do what they're supposed to do. That's factual, guys.
Let me say something real quick. Tony Wu and Cornerstone. Every single time that we used to close down on the Man show, the only person that I never gave props, it was Julius Randle. And you could tell me if I'm lying. And every single time, the only reason I never gave Julius Randle props is because we always seen it consistently coming from Julius Randle.
Yeah.
Always. Yeah. That's why I always said that I never give props to Julius Randle because I'm seeing that on a daily basis. Now, the only problem is that if we didn't have a player like Quickley whenever he's hot.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Nah, you good. When you have, let's say, River whenever he shows up, because lately he's not showing up for nothing.
He hasn't showed. In all honesty, not nice. In all honesty, Rivers, he's really disappointed a lot of us. Big time.
Hey, so let me address the super chat real quick.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Fanatic says, thank you for the super chat, Wacko. He says, Utah winning with Gobert, but Knicks need a shooter.
That's
right. That's
it. That's what I'm saying.
Right. So let me. I just want to touch on what you said just now, and then I want to give it to Tone Wu, right? Because Tone Wu been patient. I know he eager to get in here, but I just want to say this. So based on what you said, Julius Randle is the one that's consistent, right? So last night, Julius Randle was 4 for 18 from the field, 1 of 7 from 3, right? 8 rebounds, 2 steals, plus 4 for 12 points. So to me, that's not consistent, and that's the latest. That's the last stat line that we can go by. The latest one. And that same thing, RJ Barrett was 5 for 14, 1 for 4 from 3, 2 for 4 from the free throw line, and finished with 13 points. So what
was RJ Barrett?
5 for 14.
5 for 14.
Right.
Exactly.
One for 4. So my point is when RJ is good, Julius is good. And you said no, Julius Randle is consistent regardless.
Yes.
And the last bit of data that we have to go by, the latest information that we have to go by, Julius Randle was 4 for 18, 1 for 7 for 12 points. That's not consistent.
Well, in Nice's defense, it's only one.
Let Tone will get some. We're gonna let Tone will get some.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead, Tone.
I just want to touch on a super chat when homeboy said Utah winning with Gobert, but the Knicks need a shooter. I agree, but I disagree at the same time. I disagree because Utah is the only team winning without a shooter at the big. That's number one. But I do agree because I feel like the Knicks don't need a shooter to win. And you can't compare the Knicks to Utah. Utah's almost a championship caliber team.
Yeah.
Gobert has shooters all around him from all positions. The Knicks don't have that.
Right.
So it's really not compatible, but at the same time, I see his point where he's saying you don't need a shooter at 5 to win. I definitely co-sign that. You don't. Because if you got a team behind you, all the 5 got to do is hold down the middle and protect that paint. That's what that's what I want to throw in there,
Yeah, and to your point, Tony Wu, we need to also acknowledge that Jazz has more time, let's say, gelling together, so they know each other, they play better together, so they already have more time than the Knicks has. But what my point is what I'm trying to say is that even though Julius Randle lately he's pulling up bad numbers, is because start looking at the games how they D'ing up Julius Randle. Start looking at the game. They D'ing up Julius Randle very hard. There's a lot of calls that is not being called for Julius Randle. Let's say hard. Everybody's trying to let that thing slide. If you start looking at the game, so on the next game, just watch it. I guarantee you that the Washington Wizard is gonna D up Julius Randle hard. because they noticing a pattern. If you D up Julius Randle and you get back to your man, you could DM up, let's say a good one, let's say a 1D with every other player. But with Julius Randle, he needs two players. He started making a mistake, everybody start crumbling. But that's just me saying, because that's what I'm seeing.
All right, Mo. Hey, Mo, you want to get some, Mo?
Yeah, I mean, I think what I want to get into is this Mitchell Robinson anger that I'm seeing. I think it's a little too early for us to get on him like this. Like this year is the first year that he's really played under a real system, a real team. I think right now, like, we just got to be patient with him. And I think especially now that we have a point guard on the floor, like we're gonna open up more parts of his game that he didn't know existed. Like he's not catching the ball because he's in the bottom 2% of usage in the league. Like that's like he's not expecting the ball. He doesn't know like when the ball's coming. Right now Derrick Rose is gonna open the game up for everyone else. Like, it was so great last night to see a point guard, an actual point guard. Like, I was like, wow, this guy is really, like, looking guys off, giving no-look passes to guys who haven't gotten the ball all year. So, like, let's be patient. I think the best option, the best path forward for us is Derrick Rose being our starting point guard and seeing how it goes.
Woo! I love you,
Hey,
bro.
go ahead, Freaky.
Oh, good morning, fellas, by the way.
Good morning, Mr. Free.
Good morning.
Dude, I feel like I'm hearing on the threads, the Twitter threads, and this, that, and the other, and even in here, and I'm wondering if like cats are really kind of like looking at the whole forest, just like as we're trying to evaluate each individual tree.
Hey, French should be starting. That's all it is.
I love you, Cornerstone. Yo. I love you. Yo. Never change, yo. But like, as I look at the forest of last night's game, right? That team's average is 107 points a game.
You talking about Miami? Miami? Okay.
We kept them under 100, even with them winning. You know what I'm saying? And they only won. They won by 2 friggin' points, bro. Randall went, what was that, 4 for 18?
Yeah.
RJ went 5 for 14. Dude, we lost by 1 shot.
Yeah.
That's never happening again.
Yeah.
That's like both of them going for that. It's like we lost by 1 shot, bros. 1 shot. Rose came in that game with no practice with the team.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm so encouraged about these next games coming up.
Free Keith, let me ask you before Rose got
I hope I never see Rivers again.
Yeah. So Free Keith, you weren't concerned about Rose coming here, taking away minutes from
I was one of the ones that said that Rivers was the most in danger. That was me.
Right. But you weren't concerned about him coexisting with Quickley, right? Because you had a lot of people that were hot of Rose coming here and was going to disrupt whatever Quickley was trying to do.
No, you know why? Because they are both actually 1 and 2 guards.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Yeah.
So I can see a world where they both play together with no problems.
Right.
And Quickley can shoot that thing. So I don't see any problems with them ever being able to play together because like Rose is the mid-range guard.
Yeah. And guess what we saw last night? We saw Rose get somebody else involved. Obi Toppin.
Wait a minute. So you're saying? So you're saying we lost by just 1 basket? Was that the 2-foot dunk that Mitchell Robinson missed by himself because he fumbled the ball?
We could say the same thing about RJ.
Yeah. No. You're right, Freezy. It could be that, or it could be one of the 100,000 shots that Randall missed, or one of the 20,000 shots that RJ missed.
for the
Just
time
one
RJ
of them. Just one of them. They are our shooters. They are the offense. One more shot.
But free keep listen.
One more shot, bro.
I'm with you. Hey, you know what? It could have been.
Our main guy shot
could have
like
been
20%.
It could have been
crazy.
It could have been that foul that the referees called on us that wasn't. Right? But you know what though?
It shouldn't have been down to that.
But a 7-footer.
But the referees were atrocious. You got to admit that.
7-footer with no defender in front of him, a defender off to the side, misses a dunk.
Dude, Miami was missing dunks all night.
But Miami won.
All right, I dig that, but like missing dunks happen, and I believe he got fouled. But I'm gonna let that alone because he didn't get the whistle, whatever. But like they were missing wide open dunks, hammer dunks. Yeah, they won, and we would have won too. You know what's so funny? Like RJ
Williams was good.
RJ went 5 for
14.
5 for 14, right? That's a bad game.
Yes.
Randall went 4 for 18. That's a horrible game.
Right.
If both of them just shot one more ball, got one more ball in, they would have both still had bad games, and we would have won the game.
No doubt.
And if D Rose had played like 3 minutes at the end of the game, we would have won that game.
I ride with Tibbs, but like, dude, if you're gonna ride the horse, ride him to the end, bro.
Right.
Like, why you see the like? Don't nobody got it? Why are you taking the man that got it?
So I think the real reason why that happened was like Tibbs is kind of concerned about chemistry, in my opinion. I think
he has to be.
If Tibbs didn't care, like he would have just been like, "Yo, Elf, peace." Like we talk to you later.
But how is he concerned with chemistry when he snatched RJ Barrett out of the game, got him out of the flow of the game, and then brought him back?
Because you could do that to a 20-year-old guy, you know.
And right, and so let me say this to I just want to throw this out here to the ghetto intellect. So the ghetto intellect is like my favorite contributor, right? And it's because of a lot of reasons.
You playing favorites.
Yes, I could play favorites.
You playing favorites, and I want your favorites. That's all right. All right, all right, no problem.
Hey, Thibodeau play favorites. Thibodeau play favorites, and y'all say nothing.
Sure do.
And so the thing I'm saying to the ghetto intellect, and listen, that's his name and a description, right? So to the ghetto intellect, right? So last year, last year about this time, I bought a King Cobra driver, a pretty one, man. The graphite one. Oh, he dipped. The GI dipped. He must be about to go somewhere. So anyway, I bought I'm gonna say that for GI. But anyway, Tone will use about to get in your bag. What's up, Chop Low?
Salute the Chop.
Salute. Good morning, fellas.
What's up, Chop?
Good morning, Chop.
Hey, Chop, you got to start talking more too, by the way.
Yeah, sorry.
Hey, go ahead, Tone.
Geez, what we talking about, Freeze?
I wanted to touch on what you said about Rudy Gobert and the Utah Jazz.
Oh,
these are like what you mentioned about shooters. So here's the thing about Gobert and Mitch, right? When you look at their career trajectory, their career arc, they're the same player, right? Their first year numbers are similar. Their second year numbers are similar. Their third year numbers are similar, right? You know what happened? I think what happened in Gobert's third year or fourth year, they acquired a superstar in Donovan Mitchell, right?
Yeah.
And so it takes like their game to a whole new level, right? Because he had been playing with a forward that was a pretty good scorer in Gordon Hayward, right? Remember when Gordon Hayward played with Rudy Gobert? And Rudy kind of looked lost at times, kind of like how Mitchell Robinson looks with Julius Randle.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? When they added a dynamic guard, you saw the game open up for Rudy Gobert, right? So I think our thing is without a dynamic guard, you're going to see Mitch look like this. right? But my frustration is that everybody knows this and is doing nothing about it. I mean, acquiring Derrick Rose right now, the jury is still out because we don't know if Derrick Rose, who's on the second unit, is ever going to play with Mitchell Robinson, who's on the first unit, right? So my question to you is, do you consider starting Derrick Rose?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Why
That's
not?
what I'm here for.
Everything's on the table. Everything's on the table.
Exactly. Everything's on the table.
I feel
Like,
we
what does
can
that even
showcase
mean?
DB.
What position are we in not to consider it?
What?
What does that even mean? Like considering how he played yesterday, and like that's again, I just think like I didn't even really. I expected Derrick Rosey type performance or whatever, but like I didn't expect him to actually look good like he did. Like,
whoa,
that's zero practice with the team, bro. That's fresh off the plane.
Yeah. I think this Derrick Rose thing is prisoner of the moment.
No.
I say give it a second. Did anybody invest in any of the? Did anybody invest in any of the post game interviews and the
yes?
Unfortunately,
he's already sat with like him like he's already sat with IQ and Obi like. He's like they his little mans now. He just adopted them. He said it,
man.
And you saw that in the game too.
And you saw that in the game.
No,
Obi in.
Not even that.
Obi is his man.
Bucket. Like we got somebody who's getting us buckets and dimes. Like that's just not
I'm really cool on not seeing Rivers ever again.
Yeah.
Hey, but you know
what? I'm really cool on Alford. I'm cool on Alford getting less minutes than Rose.
Look,
so nice.
What up? Like
nice. I heard this. Y'all remember that song by Sunshine Anderson? I remember I used to be sitting outside. I used to be standing outside the club, right, ready to get in, and they used to play my joint. Heard it all before. And the chicks used to throw their drinks in the floor to get on the dance floor. And I used to be like, "Hurry up, let us in! Hurry up, let us in!" You know what I'm saying? So I heard this all before, right? And you know when I heard it all before? Yeah, I think it was last year, right? Yeah, I think it was the year before. It was actually this year. And guess who it came from? The dude that y'all are throwing away, Austin Rivers. Austin Rivers was like, yeah, I don't know why cats don't want to come here. Hoopers say that the Mecca, and then Austin Rivers messed around.
Okay, so now I'm going to steal something from you. I'm going to steal something from you now. I'm going to steal something from you. So it sounds like to me.
Rivers was winning the press conference, and y'all was lapping it up. Y'all, Rivers is a keeper, and we got him 3 years, $10 million. This is the kind of guy that we want. And then he came out. And then he came out.
We thought we were getting the Rivers from the West Coast.
And he came out and had that game against Utah, and I couldn't tell y'all nothing.
Listen.
Austin Rivers is the guy we've been needing for years. And now what? Now y'all throwing him away, right?
Wow. And it sounds like to me you're a pessimist.
No. What I am, what I am is frustrated. What I am is frustrated, man. I'm double parked, dog. I'm too old for this. I'm tired of politics. I'm tired of 3-card Monty, man. I want to win a chip, and I want to win it right now. I don't want to wait.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
And so I appreciate the energy and vigor from Mo, right? But dog, I ain't got 50 years to wait. You know what I'm saying? My 50 years I'm passed by already. I need my chip.
Modern science.
We agree. We need Mitch to step his game up, pretty much. Yeah. We need him to step it up.
I need Mitch to the bench.
Man,
Taj Gibson.
Breezy, who is playing defense for you when Mitch goes to the bench? What is Taj Gibson going to do?
Are you saying that Taj Gibson is a worse defensive player? Okay.
He's not a bad defensive player, but he's not a great rim protector in this NBA. He's not gonna do that. He's not gonna be.
He plays better. He plays better positional defense.
He's not the Mitch's top 10 defense.
Mitch has a higher basketball IQ than Taj Gibson.
No. He has greater physical tools.
Okay. So Mitch is a better shot blocker than Taj Gibson.
Correct.
He's a better shot blocker and he's a better lateral mover than Taj Gibson. Yeah.
So okay. So
He can cover more
Mitch,
ground.
so who leads this team in blocks?
He does. Mitch.
No, he does not.
No. Well.
No.
Oh no! Yes. Tomo. Yes.
At 1.7, and Mitch it was at 1.2 the last time I checked.
The number of block shots does not dictate whether or not you're a great defender.
So he doesn't have a higher basketball IQ, and he's not a better shot blocker. So what is it that Mitch does?
Mitch covers ground. Like on defense, like whenever somebody makes mistakes, Mitch covers those mistakes.
You mean like right? So like when we played Chicago, when the Bulls were backdooring us to death with Mitchell Robinson on the floor. Are you saying in that scenario?
In that scenario, I think that's something that a guy like Taj is more aware of.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, I agree with that.
He has better situational awareness.
Right. So my thing is, I'm not saying take all Mitch Robinson's minutes away. And I think to be honest with you, I think it's more of a thing that I think Mitchell Robinson is hurt and it's affecting what he can do on the floor right now. Because if y'all remember the fall he took against Boston that Sunday, remember the dude pump fake. You know how a defender will pump fake on three, take a side step and let the defender go by, and then shoot the three. So he did that. So that guy did that against Boston, except Mitch saw the pump fake and scrambled out to the 3-point line and dove in the air and swatted the shot out of bounds. But he came down on his elbow and hip. Y'all remember that Sunday, that 1 o'clock game?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Yep.
And so I think it's a thing where Mitch is hurt. Mitch is always on the floor. You're like, dang, Mitch is like
he's a dog.
Always on. Yeah. I think my man is probably some kind of physical ailment he's playing through, and if it is, he needs to sit, recoup, because he's not playing winning basketball right now, in my opinion.
It could be, but that's part of the game though. Like he got to learn how to do that too.
Right.
Like that's, you know what I'm saying? Like that's if you don't got something debilitating, like you can't play, then bro, you just gotta play through it. Like like the greats do it. That's just be great, my G. Like that's all. I can't really have too much, you know what I'm saying, on that. Like if it's not something that keeps him off the court, then I'm sorry, you gotta play through it. But with Mitch though, man, just wait until like let Mitch get his grown man weight on, yo. Like, wait until Mitch is a for real grown up, bro.
This is good.
I got a quick question. So
I got one for you too. I was trying to get to it.
Oh, go ahead.
So how do you feel? Okay, so Mitch is not an excellent shot blocker, right? He doesn't have an excellent basketball IQ, but what he does is make up for it by setting super solid screens on offense, right? Or no? Is Mitch a good screen setter?
No, he's not.
I have a quick answer to that. If we compare Mitch of last year with this year, last year he had something better than this year. He had more shot blocks. This year he's defending better, but he's not having shot blocks. So at the end of the day, we could only speculate and say what we think. But what I feel is that they actually trying to build him in a better way for him to play even better. It will come to a point that he's going to start blocking shot, but until he doesn't have that IQ level, that I'm not going to go up, because I'm not going to keep on raising the possibility of getting that foul, giving that foul opportunity to the other players. Until he doesn't have that IQ, they're not going to unleash him. That's only a speculation, but the only reason I'm saying this is because last year, if we compare it to this year, we see that difference. All his shot blocks started dropping, but his defense is getting better. He's not fouling out more than last year. Last year it was pretty much every game.
100%. I 100% agree with what your assertion.
Mm-hmm.
100%.
So it's one of those freezes. I'm seeing, like, you know something. I love how everything is working out. I hate having lost that we had last night, because of course we Knicks fan. We want to see them win every game. But it wasn't a bad loss. Heat's in Boston. At Boston as well.
This is the first. Wait, this is the first people we seen to that we didn't that got too off on us though.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
Right, but the thing is with that though, the Heat are lucky. A lot of teams are winning in the most lucky ways you could ever imagine. The Sacramento Kings game, they were trying to lay down. They were laying down for us in their own arena, and we couldn't bury them because we didn't have offense.
They wanted us to win that game. They wanted us to win that game, and we couldn't pull it out. Yo.
Yes, Portland had a 25-point lead. But once we figured out the offense and adjusted in game, by the way, which was impressive.
Yeah, that was a nice comeback. That was a great comeback.
Man, if there were 4 more seconds on the clock, we'd have beat them. Right? Right. The Utah Jazz, they pulled away late from us. We had them figured all the way out.
Nah, they locked in. They came into the fourth locked in.
But free Keith.
It was a different team.
The start of the fourth quarter, we were winning 81-80.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. But they came in locked. Like that was a different team, bro. Like Mitchell turned on. Like it was a different team.
I get it, but what I'm telling you, for 3 quarters, the Knicks were beating the Utah Jazz.
Yeah,
right. You can't discredit that because we were. The facts say we had a 1-point lead on them, and we didn't have a big lead that shrunk. We were just beating them to the punch offensively and defensively. In the fourth quarter, they put their Superman cape on and pulled away from us late.
And then our shots stopped dropping. So it's always hand to hand.
Right. Hey, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna step away, man, so y'all can eat. But I'm gonna be right off here because I want to hear some more top low and some more.
I got a slide, man.
What's that?
Before you step away, I got a slide. I gotta go pick up the kids from school early today, but I'll definitely be back on if y'all on when I get back.
Word. Hey, you know, you always welcome. What kind of statement is that? I thought you were saying something profound. He said something regular. You welcome. I thought you was gonna be like, hey, before I go, I want to let y'all know that I hit the Powerball. Yeah, that's what I was expecting.
Hey, you hit the Powerball, he better give me $1. That's all I'm asking for.
I thought he was saying something like that.
You know something, Freezy, before you leave?
I'm not leaving. I'm just stepping off though.
Oh, got you. But I just wanted to tell you this before you step off and you give me your take. This is again a speculation. I have a feeling that Mitchell Robinson, Obi, Quickley, and RJ is going to be the future of the Knicks.
So they are
actually trying to fine tune them so that they could play smart basketball, have a higher IQ in basketball, so that once they get unleashed and we start putting in those other key players, like 1 or 2 more key players, that's it. Yeah. We already complete. We don't need no more. But if we don't start patching those problems right now, there is no reason for us to get a Kawhi Leonard. There's no reason to get somebody else, some superstar, because yes, on paper it looks good, but it doesn't mean nothing if the chemistry or their identity is still not there.
Right.
So let me because 2 things came to my mind for just now, right? So occasionally my ADD will get me in a weird place, right? So when Tone Wu was talking, I was thinking like, yo, why did I spend $100 on that kit, the one that tell you like your heritage, your ancestry and stuff? You spend $100. You spend $100 on it, right? So I spent $100 on it, and then I look at the wheel and it says I'm black. I knew that before I sent you my $100.
For real? I couldn't even tell.
Yo, you're gonna tell me I spent $100 and gotta wait 6 weeks, and you gonna tell me I'm black?
Yo, Benny, get your glasses, man.
I did that. All I had to do was look in the mirror. I know that already, right? And the other thing too. So the other thing to your point though is I really don't like how you left out Kevin Knox and Frank Ntilikina.
I think Freaky, I ain't say a word. I didn't say a word.
Life left them out.
Y'all savage, man. Y'all savage. But I think Frank is going to be a part of the future, just not how
the modeling industry. Yeah.
Nah, I'm
Why,
saying
Keith, man? You
I just don't see it until I don't see him play.
Son of a gun.
Crazy and sorry to cut you off, but real quick, until I don't see him play, I can't say nothing. But the only reason I leave Kevin Knox out is because if you start looking at everybody, how much they progress, especially Randall,
right?
Everybody's progressing. Everybody, and what we talking about is the people that from last year. So if everybody's progressing, and you the only player that is not showing no type of progression, yeah, maybe you playing better defense, but you need to add more to it. It cannot be only defense. You need to start doing other things. There's a lot of basketball player that envies Kevin Knox body shape. Like he could if he won, he could drive down. He a true slasher, but for some reason he keeps on wanting to rely on that 3 shot. Is more to that. Is more to that. So if that's the case, I'm pretty sure that they looking at that and they being like, you know something, we like Knox, but we are not seeing no improvement. So it might be one of those that he might show progression, but it might not be in this team.
Now, hey, nice. So the thing is with Knox is this, in my opinion, and I'm gonna step out of the way so y'all can eat because we need some more free Keith and Mo too, right? So the thing is with Knox. Is I think we need a full off season with the new coaching staff and Tom Thibodeau, what Tom Thibodeau wants from Knox. Right, we need a full and for Knox to put on 6 or 7 more pounds, right? Because Knox they say he's 217 or something. Knox needs to be he needs to be at about 225. But the thing is when he came into the league, they listed him at 6'9", 201.
Right.
So over the course of 3 full seasons, he'd be gained about 25 pounds, right? But the film study is what Knox needs to look at, right? That's what because if y'all remember Jermaine O'Neal looked lost, right? And I'm not gonna say I hung out, but I was in the same place as Jermaine O'Neal on a couple occasions, right? The dude is like a great young man, right? A solid dude, right? Like solid, legit. Good person, right? But his first few years in the league, he had to make an adjustment, right? He was like, "Yo, this game is mad." I saw him at Eau Claire. He played my cousin Jason Brown played point guard for him, right? At Eau Claire in Columbia, right? But he needed some time to put weight on his bones because when I saw his last high school game when they lost to Mullins. Mullins had a center that was about 6'5", 245, and he was pushing Jermaine O'Neal all over the floor that night, and that's why they lost. Jermaine O'Neal just needed some time to, to get his body right, some film study, and to develop. I think Kevin Knox needs the same, right? And in fairness to Knox, I think he had been misused in his role with the team.
Malpractice.
Right. What they were asking him to do did not fit his skill set, and chemistry issues from you turning over 50% of your roster every season of Kevin Knox's life leads to Kevin Knox looking lost sometimes.
What about Kevin Knox wanting to be basketball? That's an issue. Come on, stop it.
I understand what you're saying. But the thing with Frank Ntilikina, the thing with Frank is Frank needs to stay healthy. Right? Every time I look at Frank looks like a mash unit. It's either his groin, which right. And me and Freaky.
Ain't it about
Knox?
the draft, the trade deadline coming up? Like, isn't it time for him to be injured anyway?
And he's walking around with
he's
walking around with a knee brace on. And he's walking around with a knee brace, right? And I'm telling you,
isn't he under COVID protocol?
Yes.
This dude is some old can't get right. Like,
right.
Yeah, right.
But you know what though, Freaky? Every
that was from life.
Yeah.
So Freezy.
I don't know, boss. He just can't get right.
Freezy, very easy. I'm just gonna say, I'm just gonna lay it in there. Just for
man, you gonna have to ask Mo some questions, man.
It's gonna be for everybody. But I'm gonna start with you.
You got me on the witness stand and I stand by a strict no snitch policy. You understand?
Snitches getting stitches.
I'm from Jersey. You got me on the stand. Right, and I abide by a snitch-free policy.
I got you. But let's say if you have to trade one of the ones that I just mentioned, and let's include also Knox. If you have to trade one of those, who would it be? Of those key players that I've mentioned. So it's between Robinson, Obi.
Hey, you don't have to go no further. It's Mitch.
Wow. Chill.
Wow. Mitch.
And notice
First?
and when you started the question, I was going to ask you to clarify. I was going to ask you. My question was going to be, well, who are we trading that young prospect for?
Feel like
but then as soon as you said Mitch first, I was like, Mitch. Yes, gone.
He always want to trade Mitch.
First?
I don't see it.
Yeah, I noticed that trend with you, Uncle Freeze.
Yep.
Mitch is not on you and Foxy. Mitch is not on your favorite category.
Hey, Kev.
He is not on your favorite category.
Hey, Kev,
For the past month now, right?
Hey, Kev, look at the Kev. Kev, you see that pink teddy bear behind me?
Yeah.
Even the pink teddy bear was like, "What do you say?" You see the pink teddy bear behind me. Even the pink teddy bear like, "What do you say now?" So nice. So the thing is, right? If it to me, it's all about Mitch's hands, right? I don't believe Mitch has good hands.
No, he's got the same hands.
You know that in the chat, you only have just one person just commenting saying, "Yeah, you're right," and then everybody is just saying, "No, not Mitch." Mitch,
because they dealing with separation anxiety, like what Free Q said.
No, let me say this real quick.
Separation anxiety, and you know what cures separation anxiety? Winning, yo. Winning cures separation anxiety. Like everybody don't want to part with their guy because like potential, what he could turn into, blah 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 blah.
He might be. You see what happened with Trevor Ariza? You know what I'm saying? Trevor, the one guy that went somewhere and didn't even become an all-star. He just became a solid contributor.
And these guys want to wait 8 years for Frank to become Trevor Ariza.
I'm not waiting anything, man. I've already moved on. You keep bringing him back in.
Frank. We want Frank. We want Frank.
I just throw him in there just to have fun. I moved on, man. Moved on.
This man literally came in his first year getting comped to people like Michael Jordan and Kawhi.
No, he didn't. Did he really?
Dude,
did he really?
I wish I was joking.
For real? Wow.
Fans are like this. I can't. This is all for like shits and giggles to me because like I can't take like certain fans like sentiments be straight off the wall. Like, are you serious?
Like Alpha Payton can't shoot?
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Every time Alfred Payton takes a 3-pointer, I cringe.
Me too.
Every time.
No lie. Hey, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you this. Every time Alfred Payton shoots a jumper, a broken backboard gets their wings. Every time Alfred Payton shoot, a broken backboard gets their wings. A broken backboard goes to heaven every time Alfred Payton shoots. I'm serious, man. And so the thing is, I'm not a fan of Alfred Payton, and I never was because his comp coming out was Gary Payton. It was like on the college level, this dude is locking down, got something serious. And then he went to the USA basketball camp, and he was locking down guards already in the NBA. Cats was like, yo, you got to draft Alfred Payton right now and put him with a scorer, like an Evan Fournier or somebody, and you might have the backcourt of the future. And they messed around and had Evan Fournier. I mean, they messed around and had Alfred Payton and Victor Oladipo together, right? And now you're like,
but Depot ain't blossomed yet, though.
Nah,
that was pre this Depot.
Right? No. I understand what you're saying, but I'm talking about the projection, right? I'm talking about the projection, like looking down the road, what these two guys can be if everything went right. But it's Orlando, and they always mess stuff up. It's Orlando, bro. It's purgatory. It's like when you taking a flight somewhere, and you have a stop in Charlotte, and you're like, oh my God, what is Charlotte, North Carolina anyway? Hey, shout out to the people in Charlotte, right? But the city, you like, why couldn't I have a layover in Atlanta? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Why couldn't I have a layover at Myrtle Beach at least? You know what I'm saying? But anyways, what I was getting at to the thing with Frank Ntilikina is Frank Ntilikina survives every trade scenario. He survives, and you wonder why he does. And I think it's destiny. He's meant to be here.
Hey, on the real, you can say that about Scott Perry too.
Yeah.
Ninja P.
No, but one of the two of them does work.
Wow.
And you know
basket and the foul. Basket and the foul.
I didn't say a name. And that's it's so weird that I didn't say a name, but y'all all know who do work and who didn't.
Basket and the foul.
Right.
Hit below the belt. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Availability.
Hey, go ahead, Mo.
Yeah.
Like honestly, like when it comes to Frank, I really hope that he becomes like our 10-minute a game Bruce Bowen. Come in, make the stops, sit down, cheer everybody on, be a culture guy, keep everybody happy, and like that's the most we could ask for.
That's the most we could ask for. Yeah.
But
Free Keith don't even want that.
I don't care. Like, no, the Frank does not be that. Like it's gonna be a trade, and you know what? That's it. Let's wash our hands of it. Yeah. Whatever. This happens all the time.
Frank can stay. I just want to make sure that it's like even with Rivers. Like Cats was. I guess it came across like I hate Rivers. Like nah, I appreciate Rivers.
I hate Rivers' game right now.
But I put him in the same like kind of bracket as Frank. Like yo, like you're situational players. Like your players, I'm not even considering. You know what I'm saying? Until like other players are hurt. But like, I might work you in for your 5-10 minutes, like that I need to rest some other cats, like because every team needs those guys too, and that's fine. And like as long as we're cool with regulating him to that guy, then I'm okay with it. Like you 12 man and under, Merry Christmas, you can stay.
I think but I think with Rivers, I think he's going to, if he gets like a few more DMPs, which we assume that that's going to happen.
Get traded.
Right. He's going to ask for a trade.
Good.
Man, so to the point about Frank Ntilikina, it's this. The Frankers are loud and proud. Right? The Frankers are loud and proud.
They've been quiet a bit though.
But that's because Frank has been hurt. But all it takes is for Frank to come in and do one thing. If Frank hits 1 3-pointer, if Frank comes in at the end of the game and a blowout,
gets a strip.
So the Knicks are losing by 40. Frank comes in the game and hits 1 3-pointer and the buzzer goes off, and the Knicks lose by 37. You know what Frankers are going to say?
No. Well, first off,
if you play Frank, Frank shot 100% from 3.
Hey, Uncle Freeze. First off, those 40 losses are game losses. Those are over with. I don't see us ever losing. You know, the most we'll ever lose is probably by 10.
But
probably.
But what I'm saying is, in that scenario, that Tom Thibodeau feels comfortable enough to play Frank. The Knicks are down. The Knicks are down by 40. And Thibodeau is like, okay, I'll finally concede this loss because there is no possible way a team can score 40 points in 1 minute. He put Franks in the game, and Frank hits that 1 3-pointer. The Frankers are going to be like, see, I told you. If Thibodeau would have been playing Frank, we wouldn't have lost. We probably would have won. Frank shot 100% from 3 that game. He only took 1.
Let me tell y'all.
He only took 1 shot and made it.
Let me tell y'all something about Uncle Freeze. Who's ever watched any of the Star Wars movies, man? Who's ever watched any of the Star Wars movies? Nice. That's the Emperor right there. Man. The manipulator. He's the manipulator, man.
Free Keith can attest. We legit, me and Free Keith sat on a Twitter thread. We sat on a Twitter thread with a dude named South and a dude named Trace, right?
Oh my God!
And I'm telling you, the one thing Frank did good, I think Frank had 0 points, 1 assist, and he took a charge. And these dudes argued that charge turned the pace of the game.
Wow.
If it wasn't for Frank,
and that's the case, man.
One charge,
that's not good. That's
they said it turned the tide of the game. That's the reason why the Knicks won. I'm not lying to you, dog. It's documented. It's documented.
I know Bodega. I see what he's doing.
That's like, yo, if Frank gets a stop, we are gonna talk about that stop for a week.
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
Yes,
absolutely. Like that's what it is, and that's what being a homer is. That's what being a homer is.
No, I'm telling you, so in that 40, in that deficit where Frank comes in and hits 1-3, Frankers are gonna be like, I don't know why Derrick Rose was getting all those minutes at point guard anyway. I'm telling you. Like, yo, I legit wish I was making this up. I wish.
Hey, CP the artist. I love CP the artist. He said Uncle Freezer equals Emperor Palpatine.
Nah, I'm telling you. On the thread, the cats were like, yo, Frank Ntilikina is 6'7" without shoes on. And I was like, 6'7"? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding? That means with shoes on, this dude is like 6'9".
I'll be right back.
And they like, yup. They like, yup. Frank is 6'7" without shoes on. I remember. So we had a thing. No lie. One other thing, and I promise I'm gonna let Mo eat, right? So we legit was in the thread talking about the top 5 point guards of all time, right? And I set the thread on fire because I said not only is Steph Curry the greatest point guard of all time, he might be the greatest player of all time, right? The thread go crazy. This is 3 years ago. This is about 2.5 years ago on the Knicks Twitter thread, right? Right. They're like, oh man, Steph Curry, you crazy. This dude says, did you see Frank Ntilikina's defense on Steph Curry? And I'm like, and I'm like, yo, don't you do it. We're talking about the GOATs that ever played the position, and you just brought up Frank Ntilikina. And he was like, well, did you see his defense on Kyrie? Did you see his defense on James Harden? And I'm like, yes, I saw it. But we're talking about the greatest point guards of all time, and you just brought up Frank Ntilikina. And they're like, well, Frank is very underrated offensively. And I was like, no, Frank in this conversation is offensive, right? And they're like, no, for real, Frank. So we legit were comparing John Stockton, Isaiah Thomas, and Magic Johnson to Frank Ntilikina being a great defensive player.
Easy. That's what you do. That's what's gonna happen with Quickley too. Like literally, we're already elevating Quickley to Steph Curry levels. That's just what we do. That's what this is.
That's fandom. You got to expect that.
Yeah.
Right. But you don't understand though. Is in some people's minds, Frank Ntilikina is a god. He has his own church. The Frank is heading. And listen, man, I'm telling you. Oh, hey, I wish I had somebody on this video chat that was in that Knicks thread, that Knicks Twitter thread, that saw how Frank Ntilikina was, and their defenses. I get tired of everybody bashing Frank Ntilikina. Hey, you know what? That is the sympathy God status thing that makes cats like Frank Ntilikina rise to a level that he shouldn't rise to. Right? In the grand scheme of things, Frank is a end of the bench player with upside defensively. Right? That's it. You know when Frank Ntilikina comes into the game, he's coming in the game for defense. He's going to defend ones, twos, and maybe some small threes. Right? But he'll switch. He'll switch on to whoever. Right? That's what you expect out of Frank. But his fans are like, yo, did you see Frank guard Karl Anthony Towns? Hey, Cat missed that shot when Frank was on him. I'm like, dude, so Frank Ntilikina played 800 minutes this season, and you're going to point out the one time that an all-star missed a shot with Frank guarding him. And they're like, yes. And it's like their avatar. You know what I'm saying? It's like their avatar. It's their profile pic. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, come on, dog. Really? So to the nicest question, the nicest question. The Church of Frank is not going to allow Frank Ntilikina to be traded. But the Miaches, they don't care. If you trade Mitch, they passe because Mitch is passe.
But you have fans like that for each and every other player. You have that for Randall. You have that for Mitch. You have that.
Oh, name
Knox.
him. Point him out. Point out a Randall fan right now.
Or Knox right now. Kev.
No. The Knox is a real. The Knox is a real.
I'm just saying something real.
Randall
real
don't have a church. Randall don't have a church.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sad. It's sad.
Randall deserves a church and doesn't have a church.
We forget about his stat line sometimes.
Hey, I seen a cat that he's very hard on Randall. Like he always keep on preaching like Randall's the best player and yada yada. I just don't give it to Randall because consistently, just like I was saying, whenever he's not double teamed or nothing like that, he played a consistent game. Like he's really nice. Now the only thing that I'm saying is that
you are nice.
Mm-hmm.
You are nice.
Why you say that?
Yeah, because that's what they say on the screen.
Yeah.
That's what they say on the
screen. So comparing, let's say Knox and what's his name, Frank Ntilikina. I was a Frank Ntilikina fan. I loved Frank and especially his defense. But at the end of the day,
did you give blood?
No.
Did you give blood to the Church of Frank?
No.
Do you pay your tithes and offerings? Do you make sacrifices?
Come on, Breezy.
Yo, I'm trying to tell you this: the Frankas are not just a hive. Beyonce has a hive, right? The Bay Hive. But folk, I'm here to tell you, folks in the Bay Hive are like, wow, I wish we were as loyal to Beyonce as the Frankers are to Frank. The Trumpers, the people that support Trump, are so jealous of the Frankers, they can't stand themselves. They're like, how can we be more loyal than the Frankers are to Frank? I'm telling you, man, it's crazy. How does Frank Ntilikina still have fans after the career numbers he put up? Mo, how does Frank Ntilikina have fans after the career numbers he put up? I just need some help. I need to understand this.
I think cats were nervous. I think cats were nervous yesterday because Rose was there.
Ooh.
Wow.
Ooh.
No, like I'm looking at I'm looking at the numbers all across the board. Like I definitely think offensively he might have been a little bit. I think they might have been like he might have been intimidating to some cats on the team.
Yeah.
Not saying like not for nothing. I'm just saying like it wasn't a good shooting night. Like I'm looking at the joints. It really wasn't a good shooting night for nobody. Like
I've just seen Quick play the way that he played last week.
Elf for paying 50%.
And Elf wasn't happening. He ain't scared of nobody.
You have Burks over at 50%. Hey, Obi Toppin 66%.
But that's his little man.
But good shooting doesn't equate to volume.
Yeah.
A good shooting night means you made a lot of shots.
Yeah.
Even if you may have shot less than 50%, if you made a lot of shots.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
So I mean, in the way that we interpret, say for instance, if RJ Barrett was 9 for 20, we'd have been like, that's a pretty good shooting night against a good defense.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody but Peyton made more shots than Rose.
Right.
I have a question for everybody. So, like looking at the way Quickley played yesterday, what are some of like the adjustments that they're trying to figure out with the Rose Quickley duo? Like, what are some of the things that Quickley has to do to be more successful?
Dribble to his offhand confidently. Like his offhand. He can dribble with his offhand, but he's not totally confident in that offhand yet. Like you could see teams hedged, like Portland hedged him, and he went to his left hand and he went, towards the top of the key, but he didn't attack the basket and throw up the floater. And I would love to see him have a floater with the other hand too. You know what I'm saying? Because teams are going to play that floater, the right-handed floater, and I get it. You know what I'm saying?
How many bad games has Quickley had back to back? Knock on wood, just so that I don't jinx Quickley.
Well, what are you calling a bad game?
So a game that whenever he's shooting at the level that Payne or RJ is shooting, and he makes more than half or a half. So if he's taking like about 10 shots and he makes only like 2 or 3, we already know that that's a bad game right there.
Okay.
How many games has he had?
That's what I'm saying. Are we just counting the shooting?
Yeah.
What?
Just shooting.
Okay, just I don't know. He's had a bunch.
I think he only had like 2 back to back. And
back to back?
Yeah, back to back.
I don't know the numbers.
It has been 2, and every single time he be fixing certain things. I feel like Quickley is smart. He has an IQ level that's why I love his potential. Yeah, I love his potential. So I have a feeling that the main reason that they brought D Rose down here is so that Quickley he could learn even more from D Rose. So it's one of those that is another speculation, but that's just me saying.
Well, D Rose has technically been on every team that Tibbs has been the head coach of. So I expected him at some point or another. But specifically for Quickley, I would agree with you, but I don't know if particularly that I feel like style of play in here is what he's here to. Is you know what I'm saying? Like that's the style of play Tibbs wants. And for him to be able to show quickly that, or to like get other guys along with that, I think is part of the reason why he's here too.
I think that Keith's point about how like Rose made other guys look shook because of like his level of offensive like prowess.
You could tell he's a little bit above Cats, a little bit offensively. Like just how his gameplay, his confidence, his
confidence. Yeah, you said it.
D Rose, like I felt like there might have been a little bit of like, oh, I'm trying to impress D Rose a little bit.
Yeah, no, and I think Quick is going through that right now, and I think it's gonna be a stretch where Quick is just gonna be adjusting, and we're gonna like question what he really is, because like before, like he was the only guy rocking with that creativity and stuff. So like now he has to learn how to really like, you know, kind of shorten his game up and like, you know, compact it into like, you know, I need to catch it and shoot it. I need to catch it, take that dribble, hit the floater. Like,
but something got to get done immediately with this ball.
Exactly, right? It needs to change. And you know, he's gonna figure it out because he did play with other guards at Kentucky. So like this isn't new to him. It's just gonna be an adjustment because you know it's on another level. So.
Oh, you
and I trust what Rose is saying though. Like I really think like he's definitely gonna be like he's gonna be a major force for good with these kids' IQ and OBO.
So D Rose, I'm not saying that he's a bad player. He's a great player, especially a point guard. I don't need to say, we all know that. But if we did not have Quickley, I would have seen more that the Knicks will have made a better move to get a younger player. And the only reason I'm saying that they brought in D Rose is because they trying to keep this core. They trying to make a core team. At least start from there. Get the pieces that you're gonna need to make those players even better, and D Rose fit the equation perfectly. Because who's gonna benefit from D Rose? It's not only gonna be Quickley. It's gonna be Mitch. It's gonna be Obi. It's gonna be Randall. It's gonna be pretty much everybody.
And he's not bitching about coming off the bench. Like he's not no like diva player. Like he's like, I know I'm gonna get busy. Like y'all gonna love me. I could start. I'm gonna come off the bench. I'm gonna be out here. I'm gonna do my D Rose. I'm back.
Yeah.
Let's just get Alfred out of the way as soon as possible.
See, now here we go.
but keep seriously.
No. I don't care. I want to win games. Whatever the mix is that get me to winning games. Merry Christmas. If Elf gotta go, then Elf gotta go. If that's what bring the W's, that bring the W's. If like I'm here for the W's.
Yeah,
I feel you, man.
But there was, am I wrong to say that there was like 2 games that we saw Quickley getting more minutes than Elfrid Payton?
Yeah.
So this is one thing I don't understand. On those 2 games that Elfrid Payton wasn't performing, they switched it up. They gave more minutes to Quickley, and they let Quickley close. So why they didn't kept going on that path if it was working? I don't know. Every single time they run Payton right after, let's say another game, he came in with more intensity of playing. Because I feel like it pressured Payton. It pressured more Payton that wow, he's getting more minutes than me. Let me put in my A game. So it was working for us.
It's the same thing with Payton. Yeah, he rarely has like a back-to-back bad game too. Like, and I think you're right about that. Like, it's kind of like, oh, like that game was bad, and he like Cat's immediately going. But consistency across the board, to me, consistency is your measure of something being better or not. Like, I'm cool with flashes, but flashes just let me know what you can do, like what you are capable of doing. Consistency, you know what I'm saying? Consistency let me know what you are doing. Like, okay, this is the player you are. Like, you might get that like that little blip, but until that blip becomes a new plateau, like it's just a blip.
So on your point, Keith, I don't have a problem seeing Payton play because I seen him, man. He be shining sometimes. On those games that he be shining. But the only thing is, like you said, Keith, is consistency.
Dude, so like he does. Like, yo, like cats hate to say it. When he's having a good game, those dudes
come on, Mo. When he has his night,
he can't do it consistently. That's the problem.
I'm with you on that.
That's been a team-wide issue. It was only cats like Randall who really been holding up, like, you know what I'm saying, like in a relative medium, what you call it, throughout. Like, you could expect what you expect from Randall. Like right now, we're comfortable expecting what we expect from him. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what I love Payton, but I don't know what he's giving me every night.
Like,
and is this a 20.9 or is this a 7.9? Like,
and it's also his tunnel vision. If he's a point guard, he cannot have tunnel vision.
Well, I'm gonna say there's a lot of difference in gameplay this year, and he is not. We're kind of looking for a tradition. Like, I like a traditional point guard, but our offense is coming orchestrated through our power forward. Yes, this is the first year.
What's that noise?
This is the lowest year. Not me. I think that's on your side, Chop.
No, I'm in the car.
This is the lowest performing assist year that Payton's had since he's been in the league. That means something. Like, by a lot. Like, he's average. He has a what you call average like 7.7 per game. Like, he's down to like 4 points because the ball is not. He's not orchestrating the offense. He's part of the offense.
So
good or bad, what you want, whatever. But like, it's coming from Randall.
So on that, is it safe to say that he's doing this? All right, his defense is the same as last year?
No, I actually think it's better.
It's better.
But remember, Payton came into the league as a defensive guard. It was his defense that he was drafted for. Like, it wasn't his offensive ability. He never was able to shoot.
That's why he's not playing quick over Elfrid. Elfrid is a defensive guy, and he's a veteran who's important to the locker room. So putting Quickley above Elfrid is going to hurt the chemistry, and it's going to tank your defense a little bit.
Yeah. As fans, we kind of look at it like we look at the games a different way. Like, these guys are all individuals. Like oh, just play the most talented cat. But understand, like, in the background, like, seniority matters. You know what I'm saying? Vet status, like I'm betting on experience, as most coaches are going to do. If you want to win, if you're in a winning posture, like, you're going to bet on experience over youth. Like, and it's sad, but that just is what it is. Like, okay, like, games on the line, like, unless like we mid-season, I've been seeing you do this all season, I'm going to bet on the vet.
But how many clutch games have we seen from what's his name, Quickley?
I mean, we've seen a few. We've seen a few, but again,
and how many clutch plays have we seen from Payton?
That's testament to Tibbs letting him close out some games.
And how many games have we seen?
He doesn't normally do that for you.
And what about Payton?
What are you talking about?
Clutch shots. let's say the last shot, like he's taking it and we won because of him?
Oh, I don't know, none. I don't know, but that's
what I'm saying.
Everybody on the team don't hit clutch shots. That's I can't judge.
We needed one last night,
but I can't blame L for it because he already been carrying the team.
Yeah, he did his thing last night.
That's what he's an interior of the game worker. Like he's not like I'm not looking. You don't look at all 5 guys on your starting line as the clutch closer. Like that's not him. Like I look at IQ for that. That to me is what he does. Like if you could hit a ball from 40 feet away, if you could hit the shot from 40, you're clutch. You're supposed to be clutch.
Yeah, I see your point, and I do agree with you 100%. But the only thing that is in the back of my mind is that the Knicks has the possibility of giving this dude or this cat Quickley more minutes, have rookie of the year, put New York in the map. And what I mean by that is like give like an idea that if there's a superstar that is considering to come into to the Knicks, at least they're going to be saying, well, D Rose is there and Quickley he made rookie of the year, so the sky is the limit, you know? Because remember, Quickley he was like number 40 or something. Like he wasn't even considered to be rookie of the year, and all of a sudden he came out of nowhere. They already started comparing him with other top notch players.
Yeah, because they have to because of production, like definitely. Yeah. But I'd say this, like I think we need to ease up on all that, like rookie of the year stuff, or this, that, and the other. Like we become a decent functioning team. We make the playoff bubble or the actual playoffs, and no, those things matter.
Yeah,
those things are the physical evidence of a team getting better. So just win, man. Like win, yo. Go out there, play your best ball every night, and win.
Yo, I'm about to leave, but another thing I wanted to say about Alfred was that like we might still be playing him because like we're showcasing him to the Clippers. Like I think if he went to the Clippers, he would be a really good fit because he's able to play that point guard position, and they're not going to need him for like the last shot of the game. Like he's not going to be the guy that's relied on. He would be really good on the Clippers, actually.
Kawhi's taking the last shot. Like that's what I'm saying. Like on every team, like every guy ain't the clutch shooter. So it's not like if you ain't a clutch guy, you could still be a good basketball player.
Yeah, it's not. Alfred is a point guard who's just gonna fill in, minutes, playing defense, and getting buckets whenever he sees the lane. And
that's it. That's it. And he's gonna pass the rock. Like that's it.
Yeah.
So in other words, it's building up his stocks. So that could be another possibility. I mean, that's a great possibility right there.
Yo, the horizon is so wide and clear for us right now. There's so many options.
And
options.
And I don't even find it weird because of all the moves that we making. It seems like every play that we bringing in, they are key players that is making our team even better. And I know that it was only one game last night, but we cannot determine everything just by one game. I have so much hope with all the movement because if we start comparing the last year team with this year, we literally have the same players, and look how much we progress.
Yeah, I go.
So continuity matters.
Yeah, definitely.
Continuity matters, even with a bad team. Like cats don't. I don't think like the average fan really kind of puts into their calculus like the effect of like the same group of cats playing with each other like year after year. Like you're going to get better. Just you have to. That's just the experiencing of it all. Like I could know where you like the ball without even looking now. Like I know where you at without like it's a total flow of game. A bad team can quickly turn into, or I should say, like a bad team can turn into a good team over time just with continuity. Sometimes.
Yeah, 100%. What do you got to say with that Choplo? Choplo is quiet.
Nah, sorry. I just got back in the car. I'm trying to catch up to what y'all was saying.
Nothing like that, player.
Yeah, nah. I didn't hear what y'all was saying. I just got back in the whip.
I got you. So we was talking about how everything is working out with the Knicks. Do you actually like everything that you're seeing with the Knicks, even though we had that loss last night?
I actually do. Yo, Derrick Rose looked great last night. What, 10 points in 10 minutes?
No, that was.
He should.
Oh yeah, 10 points in 10 minutes. Yeah.
Right. And I like to see him on the floor with Quickley.
Yep.
He should have closed the game last night, in my mind.
I definitely feel like he was worth closing the game last night. Like he definitely dude, we lost by one shot. Like that's what burns me, man. Like one shot. So when two guys, your main guys, have bad nights, bad shooting nights, like that burns even more because that means that you had a decent enough defensive outing. You had a great defensive outing, and you were short one shot.
And
it could have been an air one.
And we're not talking about a playoff team. We're talking about a final team.
A
final team that actually went to the final. Yep.
They went to the finals. We had them on the ropes.
Right, and we kept them under 100.
Kept them. Dude, their average is 107 a game. We can't. So everything else was right. We just needed one more friggin' shot.
Yep. Hey, yeah, you nailed it. You nailed it.
And some of those calls from the refs last night,
Yeah, yo. Oh, I could have fought one of them refs, yo.
You know that I was about to tell you something, Keith, and based on what Choplo said, I have a feeling like it doesn't matter how good we would have done yesterday. Those refs had it on.
They did, yeah. We was playing against both of them, the refs and the other thing.
So imagine if we had somebody shooting a three. Whoever
Tyler Hero, he was cooking us with them threes, right?
Yeah, but listen to this, Shoplo. It could be the possibility that all right, the Heat team now has the ball. Nobody even touched that dude from the Heat, and they call a foul just to give them an opportunity to win the game.
Listen, this is something I've always been saying. I don't know if it's the league. I don't know if it's Dolan, but they got something against us. The Knicks, I don't know.
Shoplo, let me give you your credits. So it doesn't even matter how bad we do for the year. We supposed to be getting, let's say, first draft pick. We ain't getting it. It doesn't matter how good we do. Even with the official, we ain't getting the call. So it's like we don't have it. We don't have nothing going on our end.
This is a conspiracy theory. I swear to God.
This is why we got to try to get it through the Mavs because there's no way. This is why I've always been against tanking. I was like, they're not gonna give us the first round. Like we're not getting the first pick. Like this is not gonna happen.
Nope.
We're gonna have to give up the barn for that. Like the closest we're gonna get is 4. That's it. Like we're not gonna give us a joint.
The only way that I see us getting one first draft pick, maybe if we have like 3 other teams involved, and those 3 is doing so poor, and we are number 1 in the worst team, and let's say the other 3 is right behind us. It's like if they don't give us number 1. It's so obvious that they have it in for us, but I just don't see it for that because it's like we know what is it? The Knicks is the number 1 franchise in the NBA.
Yes, largest fan base.
So it's like it's regardless. They see it
and
like
money wise,
yeah.
Right.
So they see it like this. It doesn't even matter if the top rookie goes to that team.
Yeah, they
still going to sell.
Yeah.
We don't even need to advertise. The Knicks will
always. Where's the
sell.
problem? We, the fans, we're the problem.
You know what?
We are the problem.
I just hope that how do you call it?
Because we delusional or we got PTSD.
We spend our money on this losing team for 20 years, like bolstering them up, like still. So now the NBA doesn't have to do anything to actually make the team better. Because it's all about the dollars.
Yeah.
Why you gonna say that, dog? I got something coming in the mail right now.
I gotta stop buying hats and sweaters and all that.
I got the orange long sleeve tee coming in the mail.
And they know this. They know this.
Hey, man, I got the blue one. So it's a blue one with the logo like faded, like coming across, and then the orange one with just a regular Knicks logo on it, right? I wanted to get the Knicks City Edition cap, but I don't know if I'm ready for that yet.
Oh, the hat.
I'm about to go. I'm about to go Knicks shopping today myself. Like I'm definitely getting some City Edition gear. I don't know. I like it, and I like it on the hat. I like how it shows up on the hat.
Right. I didn't see the hat yet. Okay.
Did you see what the Heat
and that's it. Nice. That's it. Do you see?
You already know what I was about to say.
So the NBA don't have to do anything for us. We're our worst enemy.
Right. Right. And what I'm saying, so I watched what the Heat wore last night in the game, and I was like, what kind of grown man would mess like that?
Dude,
what kind of grown up wear pajamas to a basketball game?
Yo, that court is so horrible. I hate everything about it.
Man, that right there is legit taking stuff too far.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's not what it was last year, right? I remember it being like actually like the Miami joint being dope last year or something.
Right.
The Miami Vice one was last year.
Vice. I thought that was dope. They had one of the best, I thought. But this
this was like Grand Theft Auto, Vice City type of
Yeah.
Hey, look. So I ain't throwing no shade, but I think Miami, they like the Heat stuff. Like I legit didn't know that the Miami Heat was referring to the police. I thought it was because it's hot in Miami. I didn't know. This whole thing.
I just learned that myself. Wow.
Yeah, I never heard that. Yeah.
Right. The heat is the fuzz or the buzz, the man, them boys. Them boys. Yeah.
Oh,
wow.
So but anyway, we live and learn. I mean, it's not like it's weird. I mean, because the Knicks are named after pants.
Knickerbockers
are pants. Yeah. So we can't act all weird like, hey, look at their nickname. That's weird. Nah, bro, look in the mirror.
Yeah, we ain't named that.
You know what I'm saying?
We ain't named that the cops, though.
Well, that is true. That is true. But like, we ain't named after them boys, right? Okay, yeah,
the boys are 5-0, right? Yeah,
right.
You know, 5-0.
Even though we don't even get that first draft pick, I'm saying the same thing that we was talking about right now in Sharplow and Keith. The way that we, the path that we take, that we are taking, and it's showing. I'm seeing a lot of progression. I'm seeing like, hey, it's gonna come to a point that we just gonna need that one or two key players, and that's it. And we don't even need to rush towards them because they're gonna see how much the Knicks has already progressed, and they already see themselves like, hey, if I join the Knicks right now, I'm gonna look good now because they're already doing good, but I'm the superstar. So if I go there, I'm only going to patch that little dot. The only thing that they're going to be missing,
right? And that's what Kevin Durant was saying. I don't know if Kyrie said it, but you know the way the franchise, the Nets was moving and how they was progressing, and it caught his eye. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's only
the Knicks was dysfunctional.
It's only Knicks fans who didn't realize that. Like,
right.
Like it's a big conspiracy. Like, nah, dude, like good players want to go and play with good teams. Like, we're not a good team. We're not a good team. Right now, if we were this team right now, then we might have had maybe a shot at like KD wanting to come here. Nobody want to build no joint. Like, come on, man. Like, Rivers talking about like, oh, like I don't know why cats will come here. Like, why you here? Because you can't be nowhere else.
No, but he did say he did have a point, because I understand that he's not a superstar like that, but at least make a case for yourself. If you're a superstar and you feel like why you have what it takes, at least to show that, hey, that could be a bad team, but I'm gonna put them in the map. It's just gonna make them even look better.
Nah, see, but Cat's not with that. Cat's not with that. Like, that's way too, like, you don't get paid for that.
But some cats want to win now. They want to win now.
You get moral points for that. Like, oh, like you get competition points. Like, this dude's a good competitor. Like that. Yeah. That's not paying the bills. Like, you need to go somewhere where you could look like you getting a chip, and like that's the money.
Yeah. I see.
Right. This is the 90s. Like the 90s. Like, yo, like good dudes wasn't trying to link up with other good dudes. You trying to bash them and beat them.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You want
the competition level. The competition level is different. But you know what changed the narrative?
AAU.
Well, that too. But what I believe changed the narrative is when cats start bashing cats like Charles Barkley. They're like, but you don't have a chip. You know what I'm saying? And then Pat Ewing. Well, you were great, but you don't have a chip. And now and then they can't correct it because they old and retired. So now they can't change the narrative because it's true. So now dudes are like, I ain't gonna let them talk about me for the rest of my life, and I won't be able to do nothing about it. I'm gonna go ahead
and Shaquille O'Neal. I mean, Barkley and Shaquille O'Neal.
Right. I mean, because because that was the narrative even starting in the early 90s. Like he great. He averaged 23 and 16 rebounds, but he ain't never won a chip, so he a loser. And you're like, dog, he averaged 23 points and 16 rebounds. What else can my man do?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're like, nah, but he ain't never won no chip.
In this day and age, Knicks fans would be like, I don't want him. He's a losing player.
Right. The Knicks fans would be like, yo, trade him for some assets. Trade him for a pick.
Yeah.
23 and 16. You want to trade him for a first round pick? For what? What are you getting?
Yeah, but for the last 15 years, we have been making a lot of stupid decisions. We just got to admit that front office, it was trash. Everybody that they kept on trading, and I'm talking about those top officials, they ended up doing some stupid moves.
Right.
So what we seeing right now, I'm saying, if we compare it to the last 15 years, I'm loving everything I'm seeing. I know that it's not as quick as we want to see, but it's one of those that it's just going to take time. You know, it's going to take time. Mm-hmm.
Actually, I think a lot of fans are kind of a little bit uncomfortable because it's moving quicker than they thought it would.
Right.
Yep. Actually, I think that's what the discomfort is. Like cats like, they're skipping steps. They said they wouldn't skip steps. But nobody knows what the steps are. So how are you talking about skipping steps?
You know who will be bothered by that? Like ESPN and stuff like that. But us as fan, we want it now. We want it now. You know how we is.
I wish you would talk to some of the fans that I be on the threads with. Like these cats is real slow motion. Like no, I don't like any of this. Why they brought in Rose? Like we should just play the kids more.
Yeah,
like we got 4 to 5 more years on this rebuild. Like so they're just chucking the rebuild. Like yes, now we're just building. It's not rebuild. It's building.
It's not rebuilding, right?
It's building.
Right. And so again, Free Keith drops a gem on the Knicks morning drive. So I think sometimes when we say stuff, we have so many things to talk about that sometimes when a gem is dropped, sometimes, you know what I'm saying, we miss it. In this case, where my man says we're not rebuilding, we're actually building, he's absolutely 100% spot on. Yeah. Because if we're rebuilding, what's happening is you can kind of say rebuilding is similar to remodeling. Yeah, like if you already had success, you already had success, right? And you kind of went down some, so you go in and renovate what you already have, and in order to get future success. But the Knicks ain't never had nothing.
Yeah,
nothing.
This is what people have been accustomed to.
Nada.
That's why you got fans who are like, yo, like being in the lottery every year is a win.
Right.
Not for us.
Yeah.
You know what? Dude, there's fans right now who want to trade Randall because this is the highest his stock will be, and we can get more picks.
Yeah,
we can get more high draft. Like, dude, like right now, there's fans saying that.
Yeah.
And with the number 8 pick in the NBA draft, the New York Knicks select Frank Ntilikina. With the number 9 pick in the NBA draft, the New York Knicks select Kevin Knox.
It's like we can't have nothing right.
So you trade Julius Randle to get 2 first-round picks, but your history says you'll draft Frank Ntilikina and Kevin Knox. So you want to trade Julius Randle for that?
Yeah, but look at this front office. They selected Quickley.
Everything good?
They selected Quickley and they selected Obi. It seems very promising on both sides. The only thing is that we still haven't seen it on Obi, but we clearly seen it with Quickley. Now there's another question: will he continue to do it consistently? That's it.
I mean, but that's time. Time would tell that. Like I'm enjoying the ride.
Exactly. But with what we see right now with Quickley, do you believe that it seems like it was a good pick?
Is that a rhetorical question?
No, but I'm just saying.
Yo,
I know it's rhetorical, but what I'm trying to get is that
draft night, like there was cats. I'm on the Knicks thread, like we on the Knicks thread. Cats like, they was mad. They thought that he was picked too early.
Right.
They thought that he was supposed to be second round. Like we could have got him in the second round. Why they pick him so early? Like,
hey, that was me. I'm guilty of that. That was me.
And I was telling cats like, maybe they might know something. Why don't y'all relax? Why don't y'all relax and wait and see? And now it's looking like he's the better pick than Obi.
Now,
y'all, real quick. Real quick, I gotta wrap up because my man just jumped on. So out of respect for the process. You know how we go, man. When my guys come on, you know, I jump off of them. Though. Yeah, and he do the same for me. So I'm gonna show him that courtesy. But look here, we'll be back tomorrow, and I need y'all to get y'all energy up. Cause I got some stuff that I want to run by y'all. And we don't get to touch on it because sometimes the conversations, or not the conversations, but the topics that we talk about, sometimes we draw them out way longer than they should. Like with me and with the Snake and the Eagle, and with me and talking about Frank Ntilikina and the Frankers. But anyway, hey, shout out to the chat. If y'all like what y'all heard, subscribe to the channel, smash the like stream. Make sure that y'all join the video chat, join the virtual chat, turn on your notifications, share on social media. And if you want to help donate to the cause, so we're $ Lawrence Tears. The only reason why I even set this up, y'all, is because the chat said, Uncle Freezy, do a cash app instead of super chat or whatever, so that you whatever. But if that's what you want to do, you go ahead and do it. Thanks everybody for jumping in today. I'm gonna end this right here, and I'll probably try to jump on with Guillermo, man, and help support my man.
Yeah.
Hey, later, y'all. Yeah. Hey, Free Keith, I called you, man.
Oh, I thought it was an accident. My fault. Because I know I've been hitting you by accident with my new headphones. I don't know why that joint does that. But my bad. Hit me back when you're free today.
All right, I'll do that.